Richmond remain atop the AFL ladder after round 6, but the Tigers had to beat the best team they've faced this season to do it. Premiership coach Damien Hardwick praised Collingwood as the best side they've come up against after their 16.17, 113 to 10.10, 70 victory at the MCG on Sunday. Richmond suffered their only loss of the year when Adelaide dispatched them by 36 points at Adelaide Oval in round 2. Sunday's final scoreline didn't flatter Nathan Buckley's men, who were right in the contest in the last quarter before a late Tigers burst sealed their 5th win of the season. "We are confident in what our capacity is and we are still building that capacity," Buckley replied when told of Hardwick's high praise. "We've shown some good signs over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Today's a loss, but it probably gives us some form of reinforcement that we can stand up in some pretty fierce pressure and put some pretty fierce pressure on an opposition. We just weren't able to do it well enough for long enough." The loss broke a run of 3 wins for the Pies, who are 10th with a 3-3 record. Ben Reid, Achilles, and James Ishneet were the injury concerns to come out of the clash. The AFL ladder is starting to take shape following some significant results in round 6. West Coast maintained their hold on second spot with a 13.11, 89 to 12.9, 81 win against Fremantle in a classic Western derby. Josh Kennedy booted 3 goals to become the Eagles' all-time record goal scorer. Greater Western Sydney consolidated their position in the top 4 with a 10.17, 77 to 5.13, 43 victory over Brisbane at Spotla Stadium. Sydney took on Geelong at GMHBA Stadium without Lance Franklin and Dan Hanbury, but the Swans scored a famous victory 12.14, 86 to 10.9, 69. Skipper Josh Kennedy provided the inspiration with 33 possessions as the Swans stormed to their 4th win of the season with a 7-0 last quarter. Adelaide also improved to a 4-2 record after they recorded a 16.14, 110 to 9.8, 62 win over Gold Coast at Adelaide Oval on Saturday night. The win came at a cost for the Crows. Taylor Wacker, hamstring, and David McKay, glute, injured. Jared Pollock starred with 34 possessions and Sam Gray kicked 4 goals as Port Adelaide bounced back from consecutive losses with a 15.12, 102 to 10.9, 69 win over North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium. Roo spearhead Ben Brown extended his lead in the race for the Coleman medal with 4 goals. Essendon's season is on dangerous ground after John Worsfold's side suffered a 16.12, 108 to 10.12, 72 defeat at the hands of Melbourne at Etihad Stadium on Sunday. The Bombers held sway early but went missing in the 3rd quarter as the Demons evened their win-loss record at 3-3. Hawthorn finished strongly to score a 13.11, 89 to 7.12, 54 win over St Kilda in Launceston on Saturday night. The loss dropped the Saints to 16th with 1 win, 1 draw and 4 losses. Carlton are bottom after they slipped to their first 0-6 start in 122 seasons on Friday night when the Western Bulldogs scored a 11.14, 80 to 8.11, 59 win at Etihad Stadium.